The mission of a local nonprofit is to provide a hands-on, fun-filled adventure in learning for children and families through cultural exhibits, educational programs, and events in the arts and science. An update on their new home is coming up next on Polk Place. Welcome to Polk Place. I'm Brian Lacey, and joining me in studio is Carrie Falwell. She is the Chief Executive Officer for Explorations 5 Children's Museum. How's it going?
It's great. I haven't seen you since a long time.
Yeah, that day out at the out at the construction site.
Yeah, the groundbreaking.
And some people sent us pictures of that, and they're like, "Hey, that's you. I know that's you." I go, "How'd you know it was me?" And they said, "You got the construction hat on backwards."
Yeah.
So we're here to talk about the new home. Let's talk a little bit about that. How we doing construction-wise? What are we looking at finish date?
Oh, that's a loaded question. We're not at a point where we can talk about an opening date or a finishing date yet, just because there's so many unknowns. Mm-hmm. Everyone's having supply issues, and Florida, we have to get through that little thing called hurricane season. You just never know. But everyone's working very hard. I've never been more proud of a construction crew or Bonnet Springs Park and their diligent management and Bill Tinsley. It's such an amazing process to go through.
That was a great day when we were out there. You were kind of walking us through the building, like this is going to be here, this is going to be here, this is going to be here, and this is going to be here. And then Bill says, ask her where our office is going to be. You got a great view.
Well, there are no bad views in that building, right? It was like, pick a picturesque window you want to be in front of. But yes, and that is one of our most exciting announcements, is what my office overlooks.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Out in the front yard.
I know. So we are so honored that 2 local families have come together to enable our largest gallery. So Harrell Family Charities is now going to sponsor the front yard, which is 7,800 square feet of enclosed outdoor play. Now, overwhelmingly, when we did our community research in the beginning, before any of this was public, overwhelmingly families wanted safe educational outdoor play. And so we said, you got it, we're gonna give it to you, and we're gonna make it our largest gallery. And then we wanted to bring whimsy and gross motor, which is a really fancy way of saying physical activity, to a population of kids that don't always get to go outside and have physical challenges and practice resilience and practice healthy risk taking. And so we designed a 100-foot long, 17-foot tall Blinky, which has gotten really great news, really great press around it. People are excited about it. And one of the Harrell's childhood friends also came in and said, we want to work together with you. And so Greg and Ansley Masters are enabling Blinky. And it is so beautiful to watch those 2 families talk about, Jack and Ansley talk about growing up and now having made it to the point in their lives where they can give back to the community in this way. They're doing it for their grandchildren, but they're also doing it for every child in our region. And it's so pure and so beautiful, and we're just excited that they're able to make this a reality.
How did Blinky come about?
Well, Blinky was around in the 70s, before my time. But he's folklore, and there's little nods to him everywhere around town. And I was in a truck driving around Mosaic, learning about their property, because originally we thought we were going to do something about mining and fossils and out in the front yard. We thought it was going to be dig heavy, and the person on the tour, Morgan with Mosaic, brought up Blinky, and I just started sketching. I think it was on the napkin from lunch, and I got back to the office and I said to our senior director of exhibits, I was like, Eddie, what if we make like an alligator the size of a semi-truck? Like, what if we did that?
Dream big, right?
And he just looked at me and he goes, okay. And we've been really, really blessed to have an incredible exhibit design firm, Gyroscope, out of California, and they can take that crazy idea and go, oh, yep, no, that's possible, we can do that. And while we're at it, we're gonna make, you know, a 14-foot slide, and we're gonna hide musical instruments inside of them, and Mosaic is still on board in that area, and they are enabling a dig pit over to the side. So really fun, really interactive, and all thanks to some local community heroes.
Speaking of community heroes, we've heard of 2 families already that are giving back to this community. Talk about other people that are making this a possibility, other corporations, other good community partners that are going to make this the most incredible children's museum ever.
Oh, yes. Well, the very first community leader to come on board and say, yes, we want to do it, is one of our long-term partners. They have an exhibit in the current facility in downtown Lakeland, and that's Spectrum. So they came in and said, we want to completely rethink how we're telling children about the news. They said they're very interested in learning about weather, and I said, great, because that's what I wanted to talk to you about too. So we have reimagined what it is for children to interact with weather prediction, and especially hurricane season. So that's been really special. We've also had new leaders come to the table, like Ag America, and they're enabling a farm exhibit, which is really special. You know, they're a young company. They weren't around when we opened in 1991. It's another story of someone doing well and deciding they want to invest in the future of our area, meaning children, which is so, so special. And then, of course, Publix. You have to thank them for what they do, not only for us, but for our entire community. So anyone who's ever been in our children's museum will say, we really loved the grocery store. We really loved the Publix. Even the tourists don't know what Publix is. Maybe they have a different chain around them, but they're enthralled with that kind of activity. Again, we're reimagining it at the new facility. We couldn't do it without them. It's so popular, we have to bring it. So we're very excited.
And one thing we want to talk about also, name change.
Name change.
Yeah, see, now I've grown up Explorations 5.
I know.
And now I've got to learn something new. So CEO Carrie Falwell and Explorations 5 just rolls off the tongue.
I know.
So tell us all, what's it going to be?
Okay, so when we open the new facility, it will be Florida Children's Museum. Now, we did this for a lot of reasons. There were many people involved, lots of research, and we are right in the center of the state. We're right off of our state's main corridor of I-4, and we are building the best children's museum in the state. So we're just gonna name us the way we need to be named. It's also really exciting to make us more accessible to new families. So we're growing at a rate that maybe no one expected us to as a community in 1991. We're gonna have, you know, an influx of new residents. Real estate's going really well. People are choosing to live here and then commute out to Tampa and Orlando. And Explorations 5 isn't necessarily something you're gonna know to Google. So by changing our name, we're breaking down a communication barrier, and we're allowing people to find us quicker so that they can find our services and the way that we can help their family even faster.
Always a pleasure to see you, Carrie.
Likewise, thank you so much.
Explorations 5 was founded on the premise that children, like adults, use all 5 senses to explore and learn about the world around them. Explorations 5 Children's Museum provides 3 floors of kid-powered hands-on exhibits and mind-stretching programs in the arts and sciences to celebrate the 5 senses. Located at 109 North Kentucky Avenue in Lakeland, open Monday through Saturday 10 to 5 and Sunday 10 to 3. And if you need more information on the museum, you can give them a call at 863-687-3869 or look them up on the web at www.explorationsv.com.